Hi everybody, this is Elise with Paper Wizard. So excited to be with you. Today we're going to be putting the Nutcracker together. If you're here, I'm assuming that you've already gone through the whole day of Shop and Show, which I know was amazing with so many vendors. And so basically the whole reason that we wanted to do the Nutcracker totally separate from Shop and Show is because we know it's a lot. It's not complicated, there's just a lot of pieces, and we knew there wouldn't be enough time during the Shop and Show live event with all the other amazing vendors to be able to go through it to be super duper helpful to you guys. So we wanted to do that for that reason. So Eric, would you come on in here? I know Demo Donna did an amazing job with the title. Potentially, I'm not sure how much time she had to go through the candies and the holly berry, but those are super easy and our instructions are amazing. We have amazing people that do instructions, so I know you've got that going. But we're going to be focusing on the Nutcracker. Here is a completed version, and we are going to go ahead and get started with that. So
this is extra credit work.
This is extra credit work. So for us, for you, I mean, you're going to put it together either way, so we just thought we'd help you. So this is what your packet looked like in the Shop and Show box. Again, I'm assuming you've already gone through Shop and Show, so you've probably already put your title together, potentially your candies. And this on the end is your Nutcracker packet. So we're going to start with that. And I'm going to go ahead and move this out of my way. Okay. Flip it over, open it up. Look, there's a little packet that's going to go to the side. And our big packet. I'm going to go ahead and open up our small packet as well. Now, let's show them this. This is my cheat sheet. I'm a visual learner. Honestly, I feel like most people are in one way, shape, or form. So I went ahead and I made this. And the way you read it is we're going to go from this side over. It looks like there's more pieces than there are because I showed you the extra skin tone that we gave you. You can choose whichever one you'd like. So we're going to start here, and then as you move over and hit stuff, that's what you're going to put on next. So we're going to go ahead and start with the big white backer, and we're going to add the base of the Nutcracker, which is this gold piece and this teal piece. I'm just going to do a strip of glue across, and we're going to be very careful with this because if it creases, you can totally tell on this paper, but it looks so good. We're going to line it up on the edge there.
So what you're saying is if they don't pull that gold layer, it will stay the way it needs to be.
It will, yep. And sometimes, here, I'll show you on this. So if you pull it, it's going to do that, right? And this is even thinner, so it's going to be worse. But if you were to do that,
that's no bueno.
Even when you flatten it back out, you can totally see.
Yep.
So we want to make sure you're really careful with that because I know that this honestly is such a beautiful page. I totally want one for myself.
You know people, you might be able to get that done.
I do know people. You know, I was the Nutcracker for 4 years in high school.
Well, there you go then.
The actual Nutcracker. So, alrighty, so we're going to move on to our pants. It's going to line up right here with the cutout on the white. And then we're going to add our pale aqua. Little pant
Girls
stripe
fancy
piece.
Dancers.
Oh, yes. And then sometimes the little pieces here might not have fallen out. You can just pick them out with your tweezers. It should not be a big deal at all. And those are going to line up right there. Next, we're going to go ahead and add a cummerbund. Oh, see, look, here's some white ones that didn't fall out. So I'm just going to poke them through the one side. And on the back, just pick them all up. And then those can go in the trash. All right, add some glue on the back of the white. And then we're going to flip that over. And this is actually going to go over the pants just a little bit. Right there, like that. I'm not going to take these other things out of the card. If I can hold it right. And I'm also not going to put glue on the back, because if I put too much glue on the back, then it's just going to stick to other pieces, and that's really frustrating for me.
So that's for later.
That is for later. We're going to stick it to the side. Next, we're going to work on our boots. Our boot pieces are here. I'm going to start with the light pink. There is etching on it, so that should tell you the top. I'm going to put some at the top and the bottom, maybe a little bit on the outside. Clean up the glue boogers.
I think there's odds in Vegas on how many times we say boogers.
Yeah.
During today's shop and show.
That would be a fun game to do at a road show.
I think the over-under is like 15.
All right, so on our dark pink, then we're going to flip it over. Same thing. Actually, I'm just going to do top and bottom that time. Then it's going to go on our white. Flip it over. And then that's going to go on our orange. I'm going to flip the orange over. I'm going to put it right down the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and clean up the glue boogers. Now,
if those that are watching are wondering why we have so many layers here, there's lots of colors on these boots, as they can see here. And we try to make it easy to assemble. So we don't want to give you just a bunch of little teeny colored strips.
Yes.
And hope you put them in the right places. So this is kind of our answer to that.
Absolutely. All right. So now I already cleaned up the glue boogers, so I'm not too worried about placing these down and then having the glue that shows through. So this teal piece here is going to go on the top.
And because we connected those for you.
Yes. Next is the green, which
I'm doing color commentary.
I like it.
It's like it's a football game or something.
This is the football of scrapbooking.
It is.
And then our teal. Alrighty. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue on the back of these, and we're going to attach it to our Nutcracker. And then
wait till you see this, ladies.
Well, and then there's one more piece that we're going to add on for the boots. It's in this pink card. And it's this little strip right here. So I'm only going to put glue on that piece. Then it lines up right there. And there are our boots.
Very cool.
Okay.
Good job.
Let's move on to the jacket. Now, some of the jacket pieces are in the small packet, and some of the jacket pieces are in the bigger packet.
Should we show them real quick, the two color tones there?
Yes, we should.
For reference.
So we've got both of these. Honestly, they both look so good together. I made both, so I can totally say that.
So Bonnie, I know not everybody is pasty white like we are. So whenever we can, we like to include at least a few options on color tones. So
yes,
pick the one that is appropriate for your book and enjoy.
Which is awesome. Actually, I think maybe I'll do this one today.
My
husband's actually half Mexican.
Well, there you go.
So although my daughter looks like this, even though even though you would think it'd be the other way around. So alrighty, I'm gonna go ahead and move all these pieces and get these two jacket pieces. So I'm going to put glue on the teal one. Be really careful when you're gluing this, because if you get a little anxious, you're going to rip it, and we don't want that.
The bad thing is you tear it. The worst thing, or the bad thing is you can bend it. The worst thing is you can tear it.
Yes, absolutely. That's going to line up on the outside edge of the pink.
So look how I'm going to show them how you did that. Yeah. These actually overlap on purpose. So you want to do it just like she did.
Yes. And then I'm going to turn it over, put glue on our pink, and then we're going to add it to our Nutcracker. And it's going to line up kind of, it's going to say in the hips of the Nutcracker. Alrighty. Next, we're going to add like his ties.
He's looking good already.
I know. Yeah. Honestly, I think sometimes we're like, oh my goodness, this is going to be so much. And it is. And it's beautiful. But I think we hype it up in our brains of how difficult it's going to be. That's just a lot of pieces. Take
You
deep
just
breaths.
you need a scrapbook Sherpa like you are.
I worked here for almost 4 years,
Yeah,
so
you can do it. You've worked on lasers,
yeah,
certainly assembly.
I'm the Swiss Army knife
Yes, you
of
are.
Paper Wizard.
And we're glad that that's the case.
Alrighty.
But you were on laser machines this morning, weren't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I was. It's pretty awesome. Okay, so this piece, you're going to line it up in the corners of the teal colored. And then we're going to add on our buttons. We gave you extras just because we know they're small. I'm going to go ahead.
You might lose some.
Yeah, and
so you probably have three times more buttons than you're going to need, but
yeah,
there you go.
somewhere
Some people
in
might want to
there.
put all the same color, but it's designed to
Oh, yeah, for sure.
have different colors.
You can do whatever you want. I'm just going to do it
Actually, you
this way.
couldn't do all the same color. Maybe choose.
You can do 2 colors.
Yeah.
You don't have to do all of them. The orange ones kind of get, you can still see them, but they're in the shadow of the Nutcracker. So they're totally necessary.
The cool thing here, though, is usually we have these different colors going in all different areas.
Mm-hmm.
Here they're consistent on both sides as you go down.
Yeah, you could do
mix it up.
Yeah, or I mean, if you wanted, you could leave it pink. The only thing with that is that there's no etching, so it wouldn't like pop.
If it was just pink, it would not be Paper Wizard.
That's true.
Just saying.
It would have to be purple. Paper Wizard purple. Alrighty, almost there.
It's funny on this how that pale yellow looks so great. Whereas if we try to put a bright one on there, it probably wouldn't look good.
Yeah, for sure.
And we use bright yellow all the time.
Alrighty.
Fun facts at home.
So this next part is probably the most tedious part of the whole Nutcracker.
But this is the coolest part.
It is. It really, like without it, like it looks good, but with this, it looks awesome. So we're going to add this. Please, please, please do not pop it out of the card before you glue it.
And glue it very sparingly. Just dab it a little bit.
At the bottom, and I'm going to do at the top corner.
Done.
And I'm going to clean up the glue boogers before I even try to take it out of the card because it's protected that way, which is why we put most things in the card. That, and it's easier to find your pieces if it's in a big card like this instead of having 1, 2, 3, like 7 to 10 pieces separate. All right, so tab right there and there. What I did, like here's one right here. I'm holding the piece with my tweezers at the tab and it just pops right out.
And tabs are just little parts of that card that we don't have the laser cut. And that keeps these pieces in that card to protect them. Make sure you get them all. So they're necessary, but you need to know how to handle them so you don't tear your pieces.
Yes.
Just like you just did, Elise. You did a good job.
Thank you.
Handling it right.
They just line up with the outside of the jacket. And then we're going to add
Are you old enough to ever have drank tab soda? When Bonnie's mom was a younger mom, tab was like the Diet Coke of the day. That was the biggest soda especially for women, I think. And now I don't know if it's even around.
That is so interesting.
Fun facts. Not really.
Fun facts with Eric.
No, not really, but.
Yeah, I'm a 2000s baby. And so I think for me, it's not like a shock because my birthday's always been 2000. But I do the math and I'm like, there's no way I'm 24. And then I'm like, I'm 17. I do the math and I'm like, no, I'm definitely 24.
I have socks older than you are.
So actually what trips me out is whenever I think about how old my siblings are because they're still like 6 in my brain.
Wow.
But it's insane. All right, so I'm gluing this candy piece and it's gonna
measure before you do.
Yeah, because one side they're not the same. Like the little wrapper part is not the same.
Yeah.
So it does matter which way you put it. That's what I was doing, trying to figure out which side goes where. And then
boom.
There's our belt.
Our guy's coming together.
He is coming together. All we have left are jacket sleeves, the face, and the hat. So we're doing real good. I'm going to set him to the side. And
I think it's gonna be fun to watch them watch you put the face together.
yeah.
How we go from the back to get all the
Oh,
colors.
yeah, for sure. Okay, I'm going to start with the white hair piece. Just go ahead and put it down. And then we're going to start. All right, I'm going to use this skin tone. We're going to start with that. And then it's going to go on to the black.
So again, similar to the boots, we're giving you several layers here to give you all the colors without giving you just all a bunch of small little pieces and hoping you put them in the right areas.
We'll give you the colors without the headache.
There you go.
And onto the blue.
Which actually is a way more expensive way to do business, but we know it's going to look good when you're done.
For sure. All righty.
We're not exactly cheap anyway.
And then we'll line him up about right here.
Yep.
Okay. So he's going to line up kind of with your orange.
He's got a little Colonel Sanders look at that beard, or that mustache and beard. Just noticed that.
You have to make a fried chicken nutcracker next.
I remember, I do egg muffins. That's my
yes,
deal.
that's true. Egg McMuffins. All right, next we're going to add the nose and cheeks. The reason we're going to do that first is because the cheeks go underneath his mustache. So
show this piece here, at least.
Yep.
This has the burn marks on the back. Turn that over, will you please? So that's how you'll know which area you need to put glue on. Pull out here a little bit, because this has a little bit. It almost looks like a little bit of dirt, but it's just where the lasers cut through and left some residue.
Yep. Alrighty. So
easy for me to say.
Your nose is going to line up. There's some etching.
Boom.
And then your cheeks. About right there.
He's going to be a handsome devil.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty. Then we're going to add his mustache and beard and his eyebrows. So the little mouthpiece didn't come out for me. So no big deal. Just pop it out real quick. And then there's some etching here that the bottom lines up with, but it should also line up with the nose. So
that's good.
And that cheek is totally bothering me. I'm going to move it.
Elisa's from Texas, and we were in Texas last week for our road show in New Braunfels.
Which I heard was awesome.
It was, the ladies were ready to have fun. It was great. In a great area. Everybody was so nice down there. We've certainly found our home for that road show.
Alrighty. So the eyebrows also have edge marks kind of in the side. Like on the inside of them. Alrighty. Now we're cooking. All right, we've got our hat pieces. I'm going to start with this teal. It's going to go onto the white. It's going to line up really nicely. And these pieces didn't pop out. No big deal. Just push them with your tweezers or those little flossers that they look like the little baby bottle brushes to me. Those also work really well, but tweezers work great. That's what I use most of the time. And then it's going to go on your pink. We're just going to add some details.
Now, while you're doing that, I'm going to make mention of these little white stripes on the bottom of that. Those are important to pay attention to, because what you're going to put on next needs to match up with those.
Yes. So they're actually in the card exactly where they need to go.
And be careful getting them out. So
yes.
Boom, there you go. Look at you. Like you're a pro. You're a PW pro.
We should get shirts that say that.
Yeah.
I am a PW pro. All right. Now we've got our little candy piece. Pink's on the back already, so just going to add the white. You want to be careful with this one too, but we made sure the tabs were tiny.
Don't rip it. That's pretty cool.
then our hat's done. So we can add it to our Nutcracker. And now we're just lacking the sleeves. So this is awesome. All right. I've got my skin tone and my light pink pieces. So I'm going to do my light pink pieces first.
The only thing here is just make sure you match up these layers correctly, because they're not, one has a certain direction it goes on the right and the left.
So if you look right here, the piece here and here, they're the same angle. They're just mirrored. So
yeah, this is
make
not...
sure you put it on the correct side. But if you're using your reusable, like your...
And you're good. Look at that.
Your glue dots, then you should have no problems.
That's pretty cool.
So, all right. So after that, we're going to add the caps to the dark pink. First. Then we're going to go ahead and add all 4 of these white pieces. I'm going to go ahead and pop these little pieces out that are being funny.
So basically what we're saying here is you got to have tweezers.
You really need your tweezers, yeah.
PW.
Your PW tweezers. So again, these ones, remember those sides are different, so just make sure they match up, and if they don't, no big deal. You can just lift them up and try again. All right.
It's funny, once you get it out of the card, you just put it down really quick. That's when I usually hover over it and take my time and worry about it. And I think mine end up less aligned than yours are. Yours are good.
All righty.
Now the glitter is a little bit of a challenge to glue sometimes. So if there's anywhere you want to put maybe a little dab extra, that might be on this glitter piece.
Yeah.
Here. But that looks pretty darn cool.
For sure. And then we just have our pink, kind of like the wrist cuff pieces, I guess you could call them.
Then we're done.
Yeah, then we're done.
Holy moly.
Isn't that crazy? All right. And remember, these ones do match up like very specifically to the side.
Boom.
Then we're going to flip those over.
Now, this would be a great spot for pop dots.
Oh, for sure. Pop dots on the boots would also be super
while you're
cool.
doing that, I'm gonna
for sure.
just kind of go from bottom to top. Boots would be a great area for pop dots. Even the coat on top, and then maybe a pop dot and a half, maybe a thick and a skinny pop dot for the arms, and then certainly the face.
Oh yeah, and pop dot the hat on top of the face even further. It looks great either way. Yeah, but it just gives it a little extra something.
What you have here has absolutely no pop dots. It looks great. So hold that up. Show them. Look at that, Elise.
Well, and if you compare it to here, I mean,
pretty cool.
It just, you can see it gives a little extra something.
Everybody knows you are now full ninja PW.
I am.
All right, let me get back here where everybody can see you.
Absolutely.
And you can say your goodbyes, and we can thank everybody.
For sure. So, and then again, you just, honestly, pop dotting it onto your page too would be so beautiful. I love all the things you can do with pop dots. So anyways, so feel free to pause the video whenever you need, rewind it, rewatch it. It's here for you. And we just would love for you to share your page on our Facebook.
There you go.
And with all your pictures and stuff. And we will see you next time.